What's up? Welcome into your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Thirsty Thursday, last day of the month, August 31st, 2023. You know, when we hit a new month, that means we're one day closer to Buckeye football. Can't wait. Couple more days. Let's grind through it. Finish this week on a high note, get geared up, look forward to a Buckeye beating. And don't forget, please subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to get all of our content, get notified whenever we go live. We have live shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30. We're kind of extending those to about an hour now. So much to talk about with the season starting up. And then Sunday nights, me, Jeff, and Sean, 8 o'clock, we usually go for close to an hour and a half, much to the chagrin of my wife. Anyway, don't tell her. Let's go. Let's talk defense today. We talked a lot of offense yesterday with the announcement of Kyle McCord taking over as a starter. Ryan Day talked about running back rotations and things like that. We got Carson Hinsman starting at center. So let's talk defense now. Jim Knowles had a lot to say the other day. And he did have a comment on Kyle McCord being named the starting quarterback. He said about Kyle that, quote, he's cool, level-headed, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, strong arm, but really I always look at him as that calm, collected, composed guy. And they went to the same high school, by the way. So there's that. So maybe a little alumni love there. So anyways, let's talk linebackers off the top here on why Tommy Eichenberg is the best linebacker in the country. Why does Jim Knowles think that? He said, quote, he shows up fast, he gets to the ball quickly and really understands the game. He sets the example for other players. So obviously those are all important, but he wraps up tackles too. He's not a big talker, but Jim Knowles has pushed Eichenberg to run the show and be the quarterback of the defense. That's what you want your Mike linebacker to be. He just needs to be more vocal. I don't know if maybe he's a little different on the field. Maybe he's more vocal on the field in games and stuff, but that's the key. And then Jim Knowles said he's trying to blend younger athletic players like C.J. Hicks and the more veteran players who are more comfortable in the field and know the system and their role. He's trying to find a good mix overall with the defense, specifically right here at the linebackers with C.J. Hicks, working in with Steel Chambers at the will position. And we'll see what happens with that jack position, how much they use that in this first week. You got Mitchell Melton, probably the starter there, and then maybe we'll see C.J. Hicks rotate in with that as well. On the D-line, Jim Knowles talked about Jack Sawyer. He said he's been able to focus on one thing, and when you do that, your talents can really grow and develop, and that is playing defensive end, not the jack. Jim Knowles feels great about the team's defensive tackle play. He said, quote, I think there's a whole group of guys that can play there, and we're really solid. My call is going to be really hard to handle. Ty Hamilton is a stalwart of the defense. You need those guys who can take two blockers, space eaters, they call them. But then he also mentioned Tyleek, Hero Canoe, and Jaden McKenzie also have stood out to him at the D tackle position. He talked a little bit about Arvell Reese, true freshman from Cleveland Glenville. He said, what you saw is a guy who plays fast. He pursues the ball, plays with a little bit of reckless abandon. Such a mentality has allowed him to get on the field. So, wild guy out there. He's a maniac, but he's an athletic freak too. Knowles has tried to himself evolve this offseason to limit the big plays, and in his calls and his schemes and his coaching, he said, quote, how do we stay aggressive, continue to win on third down, but still prevent big plays? That's his challenge he's dealing with as a coach right now and over the offseason. So those are great questions. I can't wait to see how those are answered in his game play or game calling, play calling and stuff on defense. Moving to the corners, all three of Ohio State's top corners are going to play. Obviously, you got Hancock. He could work in at nickel. Then you got Denzel Burke, Davison Igbinosun. I think you're going to have a relatively equal rotation there. Maybe Burke gets a few more snaps than the other two, but Igbinosun is going to play. He didn't get the jersey number 1, just because they like how it looks on him. He is going to play. This guy adds so much confidence and swagger to that group. It's going to be fun to see. BIA is coming back. Let's talk safeties. This has a little bit of flux going on here. Lathan Ransom, Sonny Styles, those guys are pretty much, in stone as starters. Lathan as the bandit, and then strong safety, whatever you want to call it, and then Sonny at the nickel slot, whatever. So those guys are in. Now, the starting adjuster position is still an open competition here, and we're just a few days away from a game. So you got Jim Knowles. He said he couldn't name a starter, for the game on Saturday just yet at free safety. Got Jihad Carter, Josh Proctor, and Malik Hartford still battling it out. 3-way battle there. He's hoping that one guy will emerge in the last few days of practice here prior to the Indiana game, but all three of them are likely to play. And then he wants to see someone go out and win the job, whether that's in practice or in the game. But he believes all of them can play, obviously. Carter was the front runner at free safety. He started fall camp at that spot with the first team defense. He started 28 games also over the last 3 years at Syracuse. He missed a little bit of time in spring with a knee injury. And then Knowles said last week that he had been banged up again. So is health part of the issue, or is it strictly, a real battle with Proctor and Hartford? So, Proctor, he was the first team free safety during spring practice. He has plenty of experience starting. Just consistency has always been his problem. We've seen that multiple times. And Malik Hartford, the true freshman, he's made an immediate push for playing time. Ryan Day said that the Buckeyes will be smart with Hartford on Saturday, since it's his first college football game. But he's been in the program since January, so I don't know if he's really are you still a true freshman? It seems like by the time the first couple of games go by, I'm not sure you're a true freshman anymore. But he's expecting to see Hartford play in the secondary right away. And then Knowles said that Malik Hartford's football intelligence put him in a place to start this season. So his smarts and physicality, he's put on weight. Ryan Day was saying he's up to like 192. So that's good size. And a lot of it he just put on in this past 8 months. So we'll see how it works out. But that final, adjuster position, the free safety, still a little bit unknown right now. All three will play. Let's see who does the best, and probably will move on as the starter going forward. So that's all I got for you today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk 5 keys to a Buckeye victory. I'm going to break it down. What are the most important keys to me? So don't forget, and we'll be doing a Buckeye Rush Hour at 4:30 on Friday, and get you geared up for the game. All right. So that's all I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.